Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between... I'm not in the middle of the screen. Wait 1 second. What the heck? I'm not supposed to be all the way over there. I'm also supposed to be bigger. There we go. A little bit better. Welcome to game number 1 between fedsad and Braincellmates. We are here in Division A, 2 whole divisions higher than we were yesterday. Hello, Morley. Hello, Vanador. Hello, anyone else that talked before I start paying attention to chat, because that's literally the only 2 names I see, so... If you said something, say it again, because I didn't see you. But we are here. We have Sylvanus and Lucio being taken out. The audio medic and the silent... I love the dude with the music and the lady who silences people both being removed. Hey, Black Swordsman. Swordman, I always do that. We also have Malthiel, the Angel of Death, the Angel of Retribution or Judgment or something like that. Not Judgment, Tyrell's Judgment. Angel of something, though. Definitely an angel of something. Angel of taking names, if you know what I mean. And you should. I decided. But we do go ahead and have our 4th and final band coming out of the side of fedsad. It's going to be Greymane. So first pick does go over to the side. Hello, give me more. Give me more, give me more. I have missed you, my friend. I like... It was funny. I haven't seen you cast in so long. I was like, oh, hey, Gimmy's still around. Cool. And I don't know if you stopped or not. I haven't seen you. But it looks like Hogger. Hogger is the king of Alterac. I'm not surprised to see him picked up at all. He definitely bullies his fellow Gnolls in a big way. We have a Nubrak, the Beetle King, coming out. The master of stuns. Hold on. Frostman Pat just followed me. What the actual... How? I'm actually offended. What? But we do go to have Hanzo coming out as well from the Robot Wizard. Can I just say the robot guy is playing Hanzo and not Genji? Does that seem unusual? To anyone else? We do have the Duke coming out here and playing Chromie, the trans dragon, the best dragon. Fight me, Joselle. And we do have Amon, the, I do love that we have Protoss Rule fighting alongside Amon. I always knew Artanis was a traitor. But Amon coming out and playing Stukov. Varian going to come out as the 3rd ban, considering there is no tank on the side. And then we do go ahead and have the 2nd ban. It's going to be Andrew. I was going to say they don't have a healer yet. And they already banned out 1 healer, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a healer banned out. And we do indeed see the lad Anduin, the fun police. I do love that the 2nd ban phase was basically like, screw the Lords of Stormwind in particular. Get out of here, Varian. Get out of here, Anduin. Black Swordman, I should warn you, I am on a 30-second delay. So I will acknowledge you, I'll be able to talk to you, but there will be a delay for competitive integrity because I don't want people able to stream snipe by seeing what their opponents are doing. Rucklord coming out here with the Blase, and then we got Brightwing. Being played by Jazzy. Born to Shine approves. I hear that, Gibby. I cast too much, even though I also work a lot. Though I am less stressed at work than I was last year. So much less stressed. It's very exciting. Last two pickups, we will see Muradin the tank, the Candy Cane tank. Let's go, and we will have Falstaddy coming out here for Protoss Rule. So Falstad is interesting. Falstad is a global hero. He's able to move very quickly between the lanes. That does mean that you have to be a little bit careful when you try and go into engages, because suddenly Falstad can just change the math of a battle by showing up in another lane. Now, Tahaka is still available. They can answer global with global. That is a possibility. Well, they've already taken Blaze, so... Yeah, they don't do that. There comes, Mattel Soldier James Raynor. Yeah, give me more. I actually changed jobs. I used to be the head of QA and got paid a lot, but my job was so stressful. And so I've actually moved, like, way down and moved over to the hospital. And now I just help run the MRI machines, which means I basically, like, set it up, start it, walk out of the room, and, like, talk to the person. If they want to talk. For the most part, they just lay there and I read a book. It's great. But here we go into game number 1. I will get the predictions up. Put your money where your mouth is and let me know. Oh, fantastic. Look forward to it. Alright, and coming into game number 1, we do have a representing the side of fedsad over here on the blue side of the battlefield. We are going to go and have Psycho coming out and playing the James Raynor. ATD is going to be on the Anubarak. Rug Lord is playing the Blase. We are going to go ahead and have Hanzo being played by Robot Wizard. And Jazzy Fast is going to be playing the Right Wing. Meanwhile, on the orange side of the battlefield, we have the Duke playing I Dream of Genie Chromie. We are going to go ahead and have Falstad being played by Amon. Protoss Rule coming out here onto the... That's not that is Falstad. Bones is playing Muradin. Amon is actually on the Stukov. And then we do have Hogger being played by Jaeger. Built like Jaeger. Oh, we get stuck on people. It's a problem. I'm stuck on band-aids because band-aids stuck on me. Little bit, we got sand falling, lots of damage. Suns comes down, Psycho goes up about 50%. So, for those of you that aren't as familiar with this game, like Black Swordsman and Morley, this is Here's the Storm. This is Blizzard's answer to League of Legends and other games like it. 5 versus 5. This particular map is split into 3 different lanes. So you will have Ruglord and Protoss Rule go down here to the bottom of the lane. We're going to have Jaeger up here taking top lane. It does look like we've got... Okay, the Duke tried to come up here, but they're trying to collapse on the Chromie. Won't quite be able to get her down. Although, Bones, nope, Bones going to go ahead and leap over. Using the Dwarf Toss. Lots of near misses, but no one actually goes down. So basically, both teams want to be in all 3 lanes as much as you can. That way you get this experience. Oh, Brightwing went down. Murden went down! Okay, and deaths are happening. Up here at the top of the screen, you can see these numbers. That is the current level that both sides are at. So, both sides are currently level 3. As you go up in level, you do unlock specific talents. Unlike League of Legends, there's no gold and no items. It's all about team positioning and working together. The biggest thing, I would say the difference, is that League of Legends likes to, you know, you farm for the first half of the game, you build yourself up, and then you start fighting the other team. You kind of poke and annoy each other. Here's the Storm has objectives that come up, and you have to fight the entire the enemy team the entire way through, so you don't get to be comfortable before the engage happens. And already we see Bones down about half health. Now, Bones is Muradin, the Dwarf King. So he will go in and get second wind. You can see that little health symbol show up and start healing up naturally because dwarves are very, very hardy. You can prevent him from doing that. He can't do that within a certain number of seconds of actually taking damage. So if you manage to pepper him with damage every now and again, you can stop him from healing. But it does look like he's back up to full health. Being backed up by Stukov, played by Amon, the Pestilence healer. So both teams moving. The objectives are up. You can see them right here, where you've got these guys being guarded. Both teams want to move in and try and get onto their opponents. Bones not letting Nubrak actually get away with it, but nice storm bolts comes off, keeps him from moving in, but Nubrak will get out of there perfectly fine. This is like Chromie is coming down, and we do go and have Hanzo following her down. Trying to go and get this soak all these minion kills from both lanes. Doesn't want to leave them alone, but Robot has to move back. Jaeger moving forward, and that is a stun coming in. A little bit of healing coming from Brightwing. Jaeger takes a bunch of damage, but there is some healing from Stukov. Not enough though, as the Null King goes down. I don't actually know if Null King is the right... Null Chieftain is probably a better term for what Hogger is. Meanwhile, if we come down here, we do go and have the battle going on. Ruglord is fighting Bones. Hogger is back up now. We'll start coming back in from the Hall of Storms. What's you have for dinner, Malby? Alright, we do go and have this. You can see over here that we've actually got this timer that counts down. Once the timer moves all the way through, the Ram Riders for the Alliance will be released. Jaeger coming in, trying to go ahead and get in there. If they can channel those, they can actually stop the Ram Riders from getting out. But right now, the blue team doing a very good job. And of course, without their tank, it's very, very difficult for Braincellmates to really move in on that. And here they come. Ram Riders moving out of the gates. They had a good meal. They're moving out. They're going to go ahead and heroically charge the battlements. Yes, I still use the Chrono Trigger theme. Fight me. Alright. Very, very, very short work being made of this. It looks like most of the brunt has come down here. They're trying to get onto Protoss rule. They won't be able to, but it seems almost assured that this bottom fort is going to go down. You can see it says periodic catapults and XP. There is trickling XP that the blue team will now get because they've taken down a building. And also, every third wave that comes out on this bottom lane where the fort is no longer standing will have a catapult that comes with it. And there's the catapult, we'll say, the Reaver minion up here in the front. Does 64 damage per hit. I thought he actually had natural armor. I guess he doesn't. Looks like Hogger going to go ahead and work on these Null camps. There's a little Tasmanian devil screen that goes bum 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 bum. If Boiler was in Heroes of the Storm, this would be his ability. Right, they are down here. Now, Robot Wizard knows this is happening, but the rest of the team is nowhere nearby. Raynor is up here going and getting this Null camp, but that means they can't really contest this. The bottom boss is already down to 50%, so we're not going to be able to see that really move in just yet. Bones does get in the way. I may have lied. Oh, Amon goes in and gets a massive shove, and this will get picked up. Now we just have the Braincellmates trying to get out of dodge. Amon's super low. Will he survive? A lot of damage being done to Bones, but I do think Amon gets out. Bones not so lucky, however, as that gets cleaned up. However, there comes the boss. Boss will not get this fort, but will definitely get some much-needed experience coming out of the side of Braincellmates as they knock down this. wall gets knocked down, it won't get up again.
More of our soldiers have been taken prisoner. Let's take them back.
So the prisoners are up. No one going for the top boss just yet. Blaze is still down here trying to deal. There goes that one. So do get the entire front wall off that boss, and the fort is down to only down about 600 health, actually. Oh no, this is a little bit Danger Mouse. They are up here trying to take their own boss, but that means that there's no one to help Jimmy. That was Jimmy. And even worse, they've given up top boss. Top boss went ahead and passively healed back up, so that just means that we've got the horde wolf riders trying to escape right now. Hanzo did use up their ult, so that won't be up for another 45 seconds. I love how Ruglord's like, no time traps, go away. Down to about 5 seconds, but here comes the engage. Big Gus gets that out of the way. They're trying to go ahead. They're trying to go ahead and get this through. Oh my gosh, 7.7 seconds. Somebody stop it. Stukov, the hero, puts his sun spell down and gets that finished. Now Chromie will go down. I feel like what keeps happening is that we have a slightly better map awareness coming out of the side of the Braincellmates. They are where they need to be. They're getting the objectives they need to get. They can't actually win the straight up fight, but they are better in terms of knowing how to move the map. And as the game gets later and later, that will start paying dividends. A little bit of a fight going on over here, but no one is stopping fedsad. Fedsad is just leading the way. And keep in mind, this is another camp coming through. This will be a double wave hitting. Middle Reaver or middle minion is taken out. The top one is right here. Yeah, you're trying to move in on this. Blaze charged out, but Blaze is going to pay the price for that as Blaze goes in and goes down against the might of Braincellmates. They're moving in. They're trying to get this taken down. That is a second front wall being removed. Now Blaze is down for 20 seconds. I'm going to go for boss. There are 4 of them here. They might think about it. Okay, good. Fedsad's in the area, I was going to say. Because I think this is going to be guess, and there may be a fight, but it will be a 5v4 fight. There's ATD coming up here. Nope, they're going to go ahead and try and move in and try and take down this middle fort in exchange for the boss. They're not going to fight the boss at all. And they do get that down. So we do have catapults going through the bottom and the middle of the map. But we do have a boss now pushing the top fort. Polymorph coming down. Blaze going over and taking that camp. It looks like Hogger's going to answer. And top fort goes down for the side of fedsad. That is going to be another stunning arrow coming out and unfortunately missing, which will prevent Hanzo's engage for a little bit. Another fight up here in the top lane. Slight level advantage on the side of fedsad. Braincellmates just now hitting level 16. Pretty controlled game from both sides. They're trying to move in here. Amon is so terrifying in that position. Alright, Psycho takes a good bit of damage from Chromie coming through. Now we do have fedsad trying to move back in. Bones goes in. Bones gets stunned a little bit. Just a little bit. Bum, bum, bum. A little bit more stunned. There is Blaze coming down with the bunker very, very quickly, stopping a lot of that follow-up damage from coming through. But here's the bad thing for the side of fedsad, because Stukov is on the other team, and if you stop fighting for a second, Stukov can heal the entire team very, very quickly. Much more. I should say, actually, both Brightwing and Stukov are pretty good at AoE healing. Alright, Hanzo's arrow is back up. Bunch of damage coming down on Ruglord. Ruglord charges out, but it does not matter as the time loop goes and pulls him right back into danger. Jaeger in there, but low health bars on the side of Braincellmates. It does look like we're going to have the Beetle go down first, but I don't think Jaeger gets out of here. There is the stun from Ruglord. Actually takes fedsad out. Jaeger are going to be okay, but not so much the chicken. The lightning chicken does pay the price. I think I got 30 seconds in order to move back in and stop this from happening. They are down their fedsad, but their opponent is down their tank. Ruglord having to serve as backup tank right now. And yeah, that's about what I expected. I was going to say, without a tank, they're just straight up just running from Bones. They're just like, we can't stand up to this. Like, if they engage on us, we don't have a beefy enough front line. Like, they can just run through us. They don't have a lot of damage, but we don't have a lot of staying power. Protoss thought the fight was happening. Did go and get back out of there, though. So we have another battle down here. Bones takes a good bit of damage. Amon moving up here in order to get some healing on the Bones. Now, Hogger's not here. Hogger's picking up that null camp. I don't know if they can wait for Hogger to get here. Are they going to try and go in? Bones is thinking about it. There's Protoss rule. Nope, they're going to go and just give that up. Now, keep in mind, while this is going on, that top lane is getting very, very, very pushed. Thanks to the catapult pressure from that missing top port. There's a stun coming onto Bones. Bones goes ahead, stuns the Jimmy. We do go in at Protoss rule, gets hit by a cocoon. They're trying to get on top of Bones very, very effectively. I think they may be able to get him. Oh yeah, with that stun, fantastic stun coming from the Blaze. And the Murden going to go down. Now keep in mind also, this is pushing into mid lane. There's another massive shove coming out of the Stukov, and a lot of damage. We do go in and have nice job from the Chromie, pulls Hanzo back into Dangerfish. Yeah, you're not going anywhere, buddy. Allies are moving into this, but Protoss not going to let that happen. They're down 2 people. They're still missing Murden, but it's now 4 versus 3 in favor of Braincellmates. Check that camp, see if they're on it and can be invaded. The answer is no for the time being. But that doesn't mean it can't be stolen. I can't invade your camp, but I can steal it. Alright, we do have a level 20 on the side of fedsad, though. Up to 27 seconds. It does look like we will very, very shortly have the rest of the team back on the side of fedsad. Oh, nice little interrupt onto Ruglord, but super big damage coming through. They need to be very, very careful. There's Robot Wizard going to go in and claim himself a chicken. How did they lose the channel? Oh, that is terrible. I thought the channel would finish while they were fighting. I think that was the point, but that's why we kill on a fedsad. Kill basically all of the furries going down. The knoll goes down. The chicken goes down. A chicken's a furry. Don't fight me. So I'm going to come over here and go ahead and secure the bottom keep. That's going to cause continual catapult pressure coming in, though one lane by itself cannot end the game. This is gutsy. Because the thing is, the Frostwolf General has 40% damage reduction with 2 keeps still up, and we're just about to have more reinforcement. Chromie doing everything they can to be annoying. Lots of damage. Here comes the fedsad. There's a Cocoon onto Chromie. Jazzy Fast going to go down. There is a stun onto fedsad. Fedsad going to go down one more time. That is going to trigger a retreat, but definitely, like that was, they had a lot of time in order to get something done, and all they did was go after Drekthar, who was just going to heal right back up because generals cheat. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Here we go. They're trying to go in and push this back. Minimal damage is done. It does look like they'll probably lose the top keep. Oh, and they're just going to let that go. They want the fight. They are bloodthirsty. They're out for vengeance and glory. Going down in a blaze of glory. Now this is Danger Mouse. Everyone knows we are at level 21. No one has an advantage in this fight. Yeah, they're gonna be like, no, they know. Get back, get back, get back. We don't want to have our abilities on cooldown because we were using them on the boss. Alright, there is the, triple, fantastic layered abilities coming through. We have fedsad going down. That's going to be Bones taking a bunch of damage, trying to get in there. There's the Anubarak coming from the other side. There is the Cocoon onto Stukov, goes ahead and stops him from being able to heal his team. And this is a retreat coming from the side of Braincellmates. Jaeger going to go ahead and go down. Yeah. We saw a lot of arrows not hit their mark, but that arrow made the fight, and that's going to be 3 members of Braincellmates going down. Robot Wizard goes ahead and gets time loop, but not going to quite go down. Alright, they have learned their lesson. They're going to go in with all keeps down this time and no damage resistance. They still have about 20 seconds before everyone is back for the enemy team. And 20 seconds is an eternity. It's like 5 moshes. There is Murden going down. They're doing everything they can to try and protect Drekthar. Jaeger is going to be the next one to fall. That's really, I think, the difference is that they're going all in to try and hold up one side, and the others are perfectly willing to fall back in order to fight again. GG is called, and game number 1 goes in favor of fedsad. So looking at the stats at the end of the first game, we do go to have Hanzo leading the way, Robot Wizard doing almost 80,000 damage over the course of a 20-minute game, Raynor coming out with 71,000, and then Chromie, lead damage dealer, 64,000. Really, what I would say is that that game was decided off fedsad's ability to pressure the fedsad. Protoss was not able to be comfortable and do damage, and the difference in the damage numbers is what led to the difference in kills. In terms of healing, we do have Brightwing slightly out-healing the Stukov, but again, like, oh, actually, no. That's impressive! With most of the damage coming to the blue team, yet still Brightwing found that much to heal. Very good job from Jazzy Fast. And then we do kind of have, in terms of the side soak, Blaze does out soak the Hogger by quite a bit, considering they are the offlaners. Talents, that seems generous. Copy them down, take all of the amazing victories, and I will see you in game number 2. And if it pleases thee, game number 3. Welcome to game number 2. We did have fedsad win the first game, but we're not done yet. We're not done by half. So we're going to go ahead and see this in game number 2. This is Towers of Doom. This is a game all about the team fight. Yes, the offlaners mostly are relegated to just double soaking and barely interacting, but the 4-man, ooh, the 4-man. He who controls the bottom lane wins the match. So saith the wise Alondo. We have Chromie being banned out first and foremost. Chromie was the one that was causing a lot of the kills to happen. I mean, why aren't you in this game? I want to cast you. We have Lucio banned out. Same. So I do like the fact that Braincellmates isn't really reacting. They're like, no, our bans were correct. We didn't lose that. I mean, we lost that, but it wasn't a draft loss. It was a play loss. So we need to tighten up our play. We don't need to change up our drafting. Sylvanas does get banned out again. I'm trying to remember who they banned next. It wasn't a healer. It was like... I can't remember. I know Varian and Anduin were the middle bans. Okay, that was the ban. I remember now. Hello, Silverbell. Silverbell. I always do that, and Silverbell's like, that's not what my name is from. Stop it. I'm like, nope. So we do have a race car Dahaka coming out for Ruglord. Dahaka was a race car and they did right, Dahaka was a race car and they did right, So do go and grab Anduin before it can be banned out in a second. And super spiky Blaze coming out, good lord. Can you imagine how difficult that armor must be to put on when you can't ever touch the wrong side? Yeah, I'm trying to remember who was banned instead of Chromie in game 1. Oh, there's the... I love Junkrat so much, even though he talks too loud. He talks too much. He never shuts up. Jazzy getting back onto her Brightwing. So we're going to have Brightwing versus the lad. King of Stormwind versus Good Eats. So here we have the ban phase. I do believe they banned Anduin last time and their opponents banned Varian. So this will be a new ban, one we've never seen before. They do get rid of the Anubarak. I do respect that. Like, Anubarak can be very, very easy to punish. Like, if he overextends hard. However, the problem that happens is that he can keep someone stunned for a really, really long time. No, it was definitely Lucio and Sylvanas. Anduin was not banned until the middle ban phase last time. It was Anduin Varian in the middle ban phase. But yeah, I can't remember the third ban either. Ooh, we got a garage. And we got a bad man. I do like this. Okay, I was gonna say, Zul'jin does not want to see blinds, and there comes Johanna. And your second DPS, who are going to face into the threat that is Garrosh. The threat that is, hey, go stand over there.
I stand ready.
They will bring Vala out. Vala kind of a match for Zul'jin to some extent, especially if Zul'jin is blind and Vala isn't. Which means you should get a blind for your second DPS. Cassie, anyone? Aww. I do love the plush Mephisto though. It makes me super happy. But here we go into game number 2. I will once again get the predictions up. Don't worry about them. Don't fret. Don't be afraid. And let's see if we can get a Braincellmate victory. Not that I'm rooting for the team, but I'm rooting for game number 3. Always and forever. See you in a little bit, guys. Alright, and with that being said, we do go ahead and have moving into game number 2 here on Towers of Doom, representing the Federation of Ferocity, fedsad. We have Ruglord and the Dehek Dahaka, Jazzy Fast on Brightwing, Psycho coming in here and playing the Junkrat. We have Robot Wizard on the Valalala, and Johanna, Mecha Johanna being played by ATD09. Meanwhile, representing the battalion of brutality, we have the Duke coming out here and playing the bad man, Zul'jin himself. Nobody better than him. We do have Bones playing the Garrosh. Amon coming out here and playing the Anduin. Protoss Rule is going to be on the frickin' Mephisto. And then... camera, stop! Blaze will be played by Jaeger. Alright, we do have Dahaka starting to move up to the top lane. A little bit of damage. It does look like Jaeger's moving on the way as well. A little bit of free damage. That is going to be enhanced agility in order to let Ruglord move between the lanes. That is the one big thing that I worry about, is that Blaze is not going to double soak over the Robot Wizard. Robot Wizard picked up the Gambit talent, got 4 stacks, and immediately lost 5% of their attack speed. That is actually crippling this early in the game. Like, you kind of expect Vala to get some deaths. Like, that's why the talent rewards you as you get hits and punishes you to get deaths. Because you're kind of supposed to have the reward balanced with the punishment. But losing 5% off the bat before you've gotten the first level is a problem. But as I was saying, the concern I have about Blaze is that Blaze cannot double soak as effectively as Dahaka can. He can double soak, but, let's also see Blaze did take at least Adrenaline Stim back, but he won't lose soak, but he won't, like, Dahaka can outpace him. So Dahaka can float down, do something, and then burrow the top, and not actually lose anything on the double soak. Blaze does not have that option. Decent damage coming through. The sappers are moving forward. And the sappers actually do get within range of Braincellmates. They take down the wall and they hit one of the towers. Robot trying to stay. Junkrat actually does go down. Bones goes in and catches a lot of damage. That's the second kill for Braincellmates. Zul'jin already up to 6 stacks. You want Ox? 26. So Creed the Hunter definitely is stacking pretty well. But that's the thing. Zul'jin is trying to scale in order to be able to really punish. Nice burrow from Ruglord. Ruglord not going to be punished on that one. Jaeger coming down. Looks like there's a possibility of a fight right here. They are posting up around this. Moving back and forth, trying to go and get this taken care of. There is Protoss Rule. Moving in. Duke goes and takes a little bit of damage in order to start being able to chunk the enemy. Robot Wizard is looked at, and there's the throw. That is the second. So, still has not gotten the first payback from their gamut, and down to 15% bonus attack speeds. Very good job punishing on the side of Braincellmates. There's the shots. Looks like Mephisto goes for Furious Spark and then Sack Barrier. So definitely focusing on Lightning Nova. And there's another throw. Not going to be a kill this time. That is a Johanna. So say Robot Wizard being a little bit aggressive into that bush. And it looks like Jaeger and Ruglord are coming down. Nice job on that. Actually stops the charge by Polymorph. But this is picked up by the side of... Oh wait, what the hell? I'm sorry for not noticing that was happening. It was behind all of the orange portraits. I just saw this like little sliver of blue and I'm like, why is there a blue portrait there of all places? I'm sure Garage had something to do with that. Alright, there's Protoss Rule comes through. A lot of damage. Bones trying to move out. Duke moves forward, but doesn't want anything to necessarily happen. Does go ahead and throws a couple of axes. You want axe up to 12 stacks so far.
Be swift, heroes. Do not let the gravekeepers crow.
You're going to go ahead and try and channel this. Does not look like anyone's trying to stop them. There's Dahaka, but will not get there into... Shut my mouth! I 10,000 did not think Dahaka had time. That was a pixel. That was milliseconds. Bones takes 8 billion damage. Having to move back real quick, tries to heal up. Anduin not as great at healing the whole team as Stukov was in the previous game. There's a root coming down on Ruglord. Nice Lightning Nova coming from Protoss Rule. Protoss Rule's like, hey, remember when you were mean by Falstad? Alright, there's a trade-off, but a trade-off actually favors pretty significantly Braincellmates, as Vala is down to 5% bonus attack speed. Does have 1 stack of requests done. Both teams are level 10 at this point. We are going to go ahead and see Isolation, Riptire, and fedsad does not know. Oh, there's a Bleak Heal. But on the side of Braincellmates, we are going to go ahead and see Durance of Fate, Light Bomb, Bunker Drop, Warlord's Challenge, and Tazdingo! Bones, you are on the wrong side of dodge, my friend. Dude is just hunting. This is actually really good. By putting so much pressure on Vala, you are absolutely like keeping Vala from being able to be comfortable and stack easily. Well, it's constantly having to be aware of where the Zul'jin is. The Zul'jin can back off and heal, and Vala can't do it as easily. Bo, bo, bo. Nice job from Bones. Oh, did walk through the minefield, unfortunately. That was less nice. But did go ahead and just, like, so much patience just hanging out in this bush. Waiting for someone to move forward, and then boop, hi. Oh, hey. So we have this picked up by Jaeger. This time, Dahaka really can't stop it in time. Warlord is thrown into danger. There's nothing unstoppable for that. Nice taunt coming from the Warlord's Challenge. Duke trying to go in and get this channel, and will do so. There's another 4 shots coming across, going into the core of fedsad. I think Ruglord was checking the top camp, but no, neither offlaners take the... That's the thing, Ruglord theoretically could take the time and try and go up there. That wasn't as much damage as I expected. Did Blaze? No, it did go Quizu Course. Okay, it just didn't look like it. Alright, there's Bones coming through. They really want to get that last stack off Vala. Or maybe they just want to make a point because Robot Wizard was such a hassle the previous time. Big stun coming in. Robot Wizard does barely manage to get out. There's throw you. Jaeger, get her! Man, the combination of Zul'jin and the taunt from Warlord's Challenge is really, really, really turning this game around. Keep in mind, the first game, it was something like 22 kills to 9, or maybe 9 kills, but it was a lot. But this time we're 9 kills to 1 in favor of Braincellmates. And when you feel a sneeze coming in, you're like, I have to finish my sentence. So with that being said, we do go ahead and have Amon moving through. Altars are coming up shortly. This will be a single altar phase here in the middle. So good of just burst damage coming through. Exactly what I want to see. Decent damage. They got this down to about 25%, 20%. Being very aggressive considering that one of your Junkrat is dead. Vala up to 105 stacks has gotten to the 2nd level of her Gambit quest. Or Gambit reward, I should say. Will be a triple altar phase next time. Alright, here come the sappers. Quick spin for the Zul'jin. Up to 29 stacks if you want axe. Jaeger goes to get the Stone Robot Wizard. Very, very quick cleanse coming from the Brightwing. And there is... Oh, that's a lot of damage. Unkillable is popped. Kazdingo is not going to let the Trollman go down. Trollman goes down. Nice turnaround coming through. We do go and have fedsad moving in. Going at it. They've gotten the troll. There goes Jaeger going down. They're looking. Bones not looking too long for this world, but Protoss Rule is the next target. Trying to go and get that. Frickin' Mephisto going to go ahead and move out of danger for the time being, but that was a 2 for nothing in favor of fedsad, and this is the momentum they needed. The turnaround shift. They have control of the bottom lane for the time being. They can get damage done.
Now, you have done well, heroes. Let the grave in their light.
Oh man, Mephisto doing so much damage. Hello? Protoss, are you serious? What? Protoss just casually like 1v4ing them and winning? What is going on here? Judge? Is this allowed? I need to go find a hat so I can take it off. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to like cover one team, but that was really good. Not that I want to give advice to fedsad, but if we go to a game 3, maybe, build some counter for Mephisto, because, oh my god. That was not the very best. That wasn't what we wanted to see for the entirety of our lives. Another turning point, da-da-da. She's unstoppable today. We're so powerful.
Realtors are rising, heroes.
Alright, there's the fort converted. That is another, now 5 shots from the bottom turn, if they can get it. It also unlocked the path for their sappers to move to be actual damage on the core.
Take the altars and put an end to the Grave Keeper.
The Zul'jin going to get this turned in and get 5 shots. And there is the battle. Want to try and keep this up. Blaze and Dahaka continue to double soak, trying to get their respective teams to 20. Oh, does miss. That was the ult as well, I'm pretty sure. Yep, so for 45 seconds, we don't have that available. Well, you know, that wasn't the ult, that was just a skull missile. It says a wind up, I got confused for a second. Man, Protoss Rule is just dancing on the knife's edge this whole game. Trying to move back. We do have fedsad. Really, they want to get this bottom fort back. They want to get the keep taken care of because this is another potential 10 damage coming in from these 2 turn-ins. And needless to say, they're 11 health, you guys. So 10 damage is very close to 11. Again, great cleanse coming from Jazzy Fest. Or Jazzy Fest. I keep wanting to say Jazzy Fest, I don't know why. I like Jazz Fests.
The altars have risen. Activate them now.
Big silence coming through. Keeping a lot of things from happening. There is a very aggressive, but not going to be able to catch anyone. The Riptide goes ahead and takes down the Anduin. There is a bunker, but I think this is a great turnaround for the side of fedsad. They're going ahead and moving in. They've gone ahead. Protoss Rule should not be long for this world. No, they actually... Okay, there goes Blaze. Protoss ruled down to 200. I do not know how that man is alive. It feels illegal. Bones goes down, Duke goes down, but Protoss is the man that never dies. I know I make him sound like a James Bond character, but I don't care. There's Robot Wizard must have taken the extended range at level 20. So basically, Vala has turned into Sergeant Amber at this point. So while they're fighting this as well, we will have these waves. So this bottom fort is also going to convert in just a second. Just a little bit. And this might be 3 shots going in. I can't believe they're not escorting the 3 shots in. That is 3 free damage just for leaving one person down here.
Has destroyed a fort.
Level 20 all? Okay, not all. One's level 21, but still. Level 20 talent tiers for every character at this point.
It is nearly time.
Now, of course, there's only a possibility of 3 shots from this altar for the side of Braincellmates. They can only get us down to us. They can only get fedsad down to 3 core health if they get it, and getting it is by no means a certainty. Duke coming in with the flank. Hello, Zilla. Nice sidestep by Duke. That was a blessed shield that came out that completely whiffed. Not going to be able to land on anyone. But with as bad as it is, Duke can't really sit there and chunk like they have been previously, and Psycho will get this turned in. There's going to be 5 more shots, knocking the core down to 12. So 12 to 6. I really like how Protoss Rule is actually teleporting in to fedsad and kind of distracting their backline, barely surviving, but that's giving the rest of the team freedom to turn and just blow up the Johanna that's expecting that be backed up. But we actually do have Protoss Rule goes down. There's going to be a light bomb hitting no one. We do go to the Riptire looking for victims, and we'll find them. Now we did end up with a trade out there. Just like Johanna will be back about 15 seconds before Mephisto will. Decent bit of damage coming through, but they won't actually be able to take anyone out. And we're back to even footing. 4 shots to 4 shots. Both teams eyeballing this boss. It does look like the rest of fedsad is not in the area to actually stop this. A lot of damage on the Duke, but they are not moving up, and that is 4 more shots going into the core, down to 2 health at the end of the Headless Horseman's aggression, BE aggression. Great stun from the polymorph. Catches 2 people. Not going to be able to get any kills. I don't think they were expecting him to be there. And there is the big old tongue coming out of Dehek and Dahaka. And we actually do have Garrosh being the one to go down. There's Jaeger goes ahead, goes for the stun, but does not catch anyone and just gets picked off because they've already used their escape. Ruglord goes ahead and burrows to the bottom. Burrow to the bottom. Amon tried to do a sneaky win while the fight was going on. Not going to happen this time, my friend. No being sneaky, Amon. And this will knock Braincellmates down. No? We're going to go ahead and try and convert this first and get 5 shots instead of 4. After all that, they don't wait for it. We're at 8 core health to 2.
Has destroyed a fort.
And they are trying to power back into this. They are at the verge of 6 capping. 6 capping would be obviously very, very good. Would definitely put their opponents on the clock. And here's 3 more damage coming through the bottom. Can we get fedsad to turn this around and be able to come back at the end? Does it definitely look like a Braincellmate victory on the rocks? But they only have 2 health. That is the big thing to keep in mind. Alright, no free damage coming in. This is a double altar phase. So obviously, fedsad cannot give either of these up. If fedsad gives either of these altars up, it is game over, man. Game over.
Take the altars and put an end to the Gravekeeper.
Robot Wizard down below, there is that. Polymorph comes through, lots of damage going on to the garage. Unstoppable comes down. We do go in now, a lot of damage being done by Protoss Rule. But there is a bunker down, and Jazzy Fest looking not too healthy. A little bit of a push-up. Now here comes the flank. This could be either very good or very bad. Protoss Rule goes in, Lightning Nova catching a lot of people, but Silence also comes down. But there's Amon with the channel. They've got to stop them, they've got to stop them, they've got to stop. They do stop them. Amon not able to get this down. There is the throw. A lot of damage coming through. ATD. Ruglord is going to be going down, but they do get down Protoss Rule, the primary damage dealer. But Robot Wizard also going down, Jazzy Fest, and we do have Zul'jin channeling. This should be the end of the game. I don't think they can stop it anymore. And here comes the shots. GG is called as we have Braincellmates winning game number 2 here on Towers of Doom. So with that, let's look at the stats. Oh, I said Mephisto was the #1 damage dealer. Actually, Vala was the #1 damage dealer, 108,000, but of course, 95 and 94 right behind it. Junkrat with 89. Super dangerous game. Very high damage numbers. Healing-wise, not surprised that the healers were just like sweating like crazy. Anduin out healing the damage from anyone on the other team. So Anduin very much keeping the team in it, but Brightwing not slacking off either, believe you me. And we do go and have in terms of experience. Dahaka does out to the Blaze. That was kind of what I was worried about with the Blaze, is that they would not be able to keep up with Dahaka, and indeed was not able to. Talents, that seems generous. And we will be back for game number 3, the rubber match, the final match of the series. Let's heckin' go. I don't know what in the world that was, but you know what? I'm going with it. So we do go in and have game number 3, the rubber match. We are 1-1. We are Finn glad to... I don't know. But Lucio continues to be the first ban coming out of the side of Braincellmates. Chromie still the ban. Didn't get banned in game 1. They really like it. But here's my big question. What is fedsad going to do about Mephisto? Oh, interesting. They are potentially letting Malthael through, but they're taking Brightwing away from Jesse Fast. You want to cough in your ear? Okay, I don't know that I like that, honestly. Because the thing was... like, Garrosh... oh, I guess Garrosh is banned. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, without some sort of engaged tank, I feel like the comp we just saw won't work as well. And I liked the comp we saw. It led to great and amazing victory.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
No Junkrat coming out again. There's Ruglord. Will we see Mephisto? Because I am very impressed by that Mephisto. And yet Protoss Rule is also thinking the same thing. Hanzo also coming out by the Duke in order to keep it away from Robot Wizard. Sorry. I got a little bump right there, and it bothers me. Feels like a scab that never healed right. There's Stukov coming down. Stooky Dookie. Not going to be allowed. Anduin is allowed. So Brightwing is banned, Stukov is banned. Neither side has a healer just yet. Will we continue to focus the healers? Now keep in mind, nope, they do get rid of a Nubrak instead. I'm like, the healer pick is first. So Jazzy Fast would be able to get a healer before Amon. But what healer will I go for?
Anna checking in.
Can honestly say that is not what I expected. Malthael surprised me a little bit, but not super much. But Anna is not a healer you see a whole lot.
For the Alliance above all.
Stitches is such a good response pick from this, because of course Anna isn't super mobile, especially if she goes in a Shrike stance, and so will be a lot easier a target for Stitches. Also, Malthael has very limited escape. Malthael can only teleport to enemies that he has marked, so having an enemy to teleport is very unlikely for Malthael.
I bring the mega death.
I only worry if fedsad has enough damage. We'll have to find out in just a second. Because they're going to a Hanzo and a Mephisto, so there's a lot of damage coming through. Tokibi, welcome. We are going into game number 3. You are here just in time, my friend. How was your series? Don't tell me you won. I don't want to know. But we're going to the game right now. Get ready. Predictions are up. Hello, Caden. Tell me who you think is going to win. Hey, tell me who you think is going to lose. But be nice about it, please. Thank you. All right, going into game number 3, we do go ahead and have coming in here. Oh, fantastic! Love to hear it, Toki. We have coming Braincellmates is going to be the orange. But yeah, let's go ahead. They won. Let's introduce them first. Braincellmates is the orange team coming out of the right-hand side of the battlefield. Protoss Rule is once again on that dominant and dangerous Mephisto. We're going to have Jaeger coming out here onto the Johanna. The orc skin threw me for just a second. We do have the Duke coming out here onto Hanzo. Stitches is going to be played by Bones. Very appropriate, I've got to say. And Amon on the lad once again. But this time it is the Robin superhero lad. But now, representing the blue side of the battlefield, coming from the left, Robot Wizard is going to be playing the Malthiel. Ruglord is going to be playing that Blase. We're going to have Amon, or ATD, coming out onto the ETC. Psycho playing the Junkrat once again. And we will have Jazzy Fast playing the ever important, ever impressive Ana. So there we go, moving again. Oh, nice hook. ATD in a lot of trouble, and that's going to be Beef is on the menu, ladies and gentlemen, as ETC is the first one to go down, thanks to a fantastic Stitches hook. We actually do have Offlane Johanna. Let's go. Not sure. I mean, yeah, the blind is going to mess with Malthiel quite a bit, but I don't think that Johanna actually threatens the Malthiel in any meaningful way. We get our level 1 talents. We do go ahead and have Prog Rock coming from the ETC. There's the Slumbering Shells. More Sleep, more Death. And actually we have Death's Reach at level 1. That's interesting. Not, I guess, Fear the Reaper would have limited use here because, I guess Fear the Reaper would be okay. The, On a Pale Horse would have limited use because it's such a small map. But Wizard down here going ahead and trying to take out this lower camp is not sniffed out by Johanna. Johanna, speaking of which, might be in a bit of trouble, but does Unstoppable to go over that mine. Not gonna blow Johanna back. Dream on, dream on. In the middle, we do have the mercenary camp picked up very, very early. One kill to 0, both teams level 4. Level 4 Malthiel. Oh, interesting. Actually took Black Harvest. That actually makes sense. That's going to be a lot more dangerous for Johanna because that every time a basic attack lands on an enemy, Malthiel is able to effectively do 8% of their max health because it's 2% of their max health per second per 4 seconds. But it doesn't stack, so hitting like 2 autos in a roll does not make it 16%, it makes it like 10%. Because it's just 2% per second no matter how many times you've hit, just 4 seconds from the last time you hit. But obviously, if you're able to extend that to 6 seconds, that is 12% every time you land a hit. And so you can just float in and do autos as you move around the battlefield. And really, 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 really punish the enemy team. Alright, we do have a turn-in available for both teams if they can actually get a turn-in done. This top point is very contested. Neither team wants to let it go easily. Let it go. Let it go. Robot is... You know what? Never mind. Not finishing that lyric. Nice pick off by them. Joe, how did Joe do that? Joe wasn't even nearby. Must have just been a flashlight to finish that off. Oh. That's a lot of damage coming through. They don't have the best AoE, unfortunately, but that is going to be a third kill for the side of Braincellmates. Neither team having been able to successfully get a turn in just yet. It looks like Junkrat is flirting with the possibility. Right, you do have 42 turn in. It does look like Braincellmates managed to get a lot of theirs in. They still need another 8 to be able to actually summon the spiders. Although takes a good bit of damage trying to move forward, but is running into that Lightning Nova coming out of Protoss Rule. You're not looking too healthy. Malthael has peeled off the bottom. Up to 104 stacks of Black Harvest. Prog Rock up to 7 stacks. We do have Hungry 4 up to 19. So one more globe and Stitches gets faster. Can you imagine if someone just went crazy on the globe quest and tried to double soak on towers with Stitches? Robot Wizard. No, more Robot Wizard. Robots don't have souls. Oh, nice hook. I actually thought they were through, but and great follow-up coming through. We have absolutely damage coming through. Layering those abilities very effectively. We still do have a full turn-in for both teams. Lots of damage was done, but I feel like the actual web weavers didn't get a whole lot done. Like the wall is still up here, the wall is still up here, the wall is still up there. So where did the web weavers go? Nice job. They will have Spell Shield while they push this middle. And I assume they will stay middle because that's coming. So Malthael and Blaze going to move to the top and bottom in order to deal with the web weavers as they come through. There's the sleep from Ana, making Bones an easy target. There's the Wave of Death coming through. Wave of Death does nothing to the Moonwell. But there is nice combo of the Nom 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 and the Light Well. Light Bomb, even. Here come the blue spiders. We still have not actually lost a fort this whole time. could have Johanna, they got taken out, which I was not paying attention to. I apologize. Trying to get a little bit tired. I'm trying to like get my energy back into it. This problem is after 11 o'clock here, which I shouldn't be tired for, but I definitely am. But we do go in at the top where we were starting to go down. Lots of damage coming through. So this is really interesting. You have fedsad, who this is their first What We Are phase. Their opponents have had 2, but so far have actually done better. They actually got a fort down with it. There is the bunker coming down, and Ruglord going to go ahead and get out of there. They managed. There are no ults left on the side of our orange team. We still technically do have 3 ults on the sides of our blue team. Malfield did go for Tormented Souls, not going for Last Rites. And there is another turn-in available. Instant turn-in of... Oh, there we go. Definitely not wasting any time. They're trying to apply the pressure. They're trying to, in the words of Jimmy, keep the pressure on. Alright, that's going to be the top fort going down. And they're now moving down, try and secure the hat trick and get all the forts. The technically would be a hat trick because they had to split it between 2 objective phases. They won't get the mid just yet, but keep in mind that all of the forts for fedsad are still up, so they don't have the ability to try and get out of this. And it does look like we've got fedsad choosing to go ahead and look for boss. They will be in position. I don't know if Braincellmates will see this coming. They'll never see it coming. Now, if you know what, Braincellmates do have tournament at this point. They just picked it up. But yeah, they are not reacting. They do not consider this a possibility. Or if they do, they don't want to try and contest it. I think I might try and turn in while they were finishing that boss up, but now it's probably too late. It does look like fedsad is not going to try and escort in their boss. They're going to go ahead and leave it to slowly get whittled down by 4 members of the other team. Johanna is in the middle of the map, going ahead and trying to be a pest. Keep them from taking this middle fort. Alright, not quite there on Bones. And we do have a miss on the Hanzo arrow. But Ruglord dives in. Very lucky that there was not a hook there to immediately punish that. And that's going to trigger a retreat coming from the side of fedsad. And moving back, not quite a turn in. The side of fedsad just yet. But Braincellmates is knocking on that door. Nice job keeping an eye on this, but what are they doing in the meantime? Just like they're back here trying to protect that. Big damage, no whammy, stop! We do go in and have the light bomb comes out. Robot Wizard teleports to Hanzo and just executes him, but will they get out? Yes, so they do knock down the sidewall. And Robot Wizard gets out. for a second anyway. We'll not get out of that one. Ruglord being the next one to, yes, fall. Anna going down as well. ATD falling back. And this could be the ultimate ability or the great moment for Braincellmates to go move back into this game. Because even though they got the first 2 turns, even though they were leading on kills, they were slowly losing the battle for the map. I'm so sorry, you guys. And we should have these guys going out. We've got the majority of Braincellmates moving in upon the middle of this map, trying to go ahead and keep wall. Meanwhile, trying to also force Braincellmates to respond to them and be worried about them, which means that their side lane web weavers will be free to go in and take the other 2 forts. It may not work though. We do have Junkrat up here at the top, trying to move this out. But there's Jaeger. For a split second, I thought, well, I mean, first of all, there's no mosh at all. That is stage dive that was picked. No, never shut my mouth. That is mosh pit. But I thought that was kind of a dig at my team, 30 seconds to mosh. I'm like, yeah, we don't ever actually mosh. We're perpetually 30 seconds away. That's the ongoing answer. People are like, why is your team called 30 seconds to mosh? We never mosh. It's like, well, because we're always 30 seconds from moshing, so why would we pick it up? But moving into this, we do go ahead and have a Ruglord trying to go ahead and move forward. Amon is moving down and away. It does look like we're going to get these bottom giants right quick. And go ahead and try and get this taken care of. The Duke goes in, and we've got that. Both teams likely looking at their bruiser camps. Alright, Bones goes for a blind hook, does not actually catch anyone. Now they do need to be careful. They're posturing up around this boss, which is coming out right now. But they do have a pair of giants at the bottom lane. They're trying to push in on their stuff. Braincellmates has sussed this out. And the boss is only down to 50%. This is Danger Mouse. Boss is down to 25% as the battle is joined. Ruglord in the area, and we do go and have this moving through. Malthiel going around with the Tormented Souls, going and getting everyone. Duke is going to go down from the Malthiel damage. Bye-bye, my friend. Lots of damage to the backline. Fight is getting spread out all over, but that's going to be a death to Protoss rule. Jaeger trying to move back. They do lose the boss, but they also lose the, they win the battle, and they can go back to the boss if they really want it. This also managed to have cleared itself. They're very lucky about that. Looks like the boss will be picked up on the side of fedsad. Oh, nice hook. Bones goes in and gets that across the wall. This is going to be a very, very difficult one for Ruglord to get out of. Does someone have his charge? Does hit most of the people with his charge. But, yeah. All dressed up with nowhere to go. However, this is going to be a web weaver phase, as well as the boss coming in. That top fort, or top keep is down for sure, and they are going to be marching on core in just a little bit. Protoss Rule doing everything they can. That is going to be a kill onto Johanna. Malthael goes and gets that taken out, and we do have Anduin going down. Protoss Rule. This is probably the end of the game as fedsad leads the inexorable march to victory. I do definitely feel like, I mean, keep in mind, even now, after these 3 kills, and after the previous fight where they got 3 kills, we still have a death lead for the side of Braincellmates. And there's the mosh. There's the mosh. Well, for the first time. But here comes this damage coming in. The is down to 10%, down to 5%, and that's going to be the end of game number 3 and the series. Going to fedsad, overcoming Braincellmates here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let me see if I can get us an interview. I bet I can, I bet I can, I bet I can. I have faith in myself. If I can find the channel. There we go. All right, looking at the stats while we wait to see if I will be joined. We are going to go ahead and see number 1 damage is Robot Wizard, proving the reason for that Malthael pick. Robot Wizard coming in with 63,000 damage over a 20-minute on the dot game. 49,000 coming out of Junkrat, 43,000 coming out of Hanzo. So out damaging anyone else in the game by over 10,000. Hello, hello, I am joined by ATD the tank and Robot Wizard, the Malthael we were just talking about.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
So, first of all, how are you guys feeling right now?
Pretty good.
Good.
Got a little close in the second, but oh my god. Couple nail biters, good to play. What about you, Ashwin?
Yeah, after that second game, I was sweating a little bit. One really came down to the wire, so I'm glad we had a pretty clean game 3.
I was gonna say, I mean, game 3 was clean, however, like, you guys seem to be, it's actually really funny, because game 3 and game 1 were almost inverted of each other, because it seemed like game 1, you guys were winning in terms of kills, but they kept sort of almost outmaneuvering you on the map, and getting, like, objectives here and there, and, like, picking stuff up, and then game 3 was the inverse, where they were leading in kills, and you were outmaneuvering them on the map.
Yeah, I'd agree. Couple of legal boss steals on game 1, which props to them for spotting. We were out of position for them.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm very, very thankful, I'll just say in general, that all 3 games seem to have comps that were a little bit different. I mean, there were some repeat heroes, but they all, like, game 3 having to deal with these stitches and react to that. I really thought the stitches would be able to punish Ana a lot better than they ended up doing. It seemed like most of the time, the tanks were in a good position in order to keep Ana from being stolen from you guys.
Which one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I'm
had
guessing.
Blaze Bunker, which is pretty helpful for that. Unfortunately, when it came to the gorges, I wasn't able to slide it because I kept getting Anduin pulled. But
So I do have to say, ATD, we did have a comment from chat. There was like, they were a little disappointed that we didn't actually see a mosh until the very end of the game.
well, I would have used the Bosch if we needed it. It's just how am I
Wait.
supposed to press it on? They're all
Stage
there.
dive for the Stitches kidnap comp. Wait a minute, we should have thought about this.
Am I stage diving in under their tower?
Yeah, sacrifice your life for the greater good.
I think I'm good. Actually. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the threat of mosh pit is pretty good, and sometimes I'm just looking in the fight and we're already winning it. I can't really see a good place to use it. I'm just like, okay, I'll just save it.
Okay, see, that's what makes you a good player in Div A. Me down in Div D, I'm like, I have to get on the highlight reel. It doesn't matter if we're winning.
He's been on the highlight reel for Mosh's on Tomb many times.
That is actually true. I should have farmed some more clips.
Looking at the series, I do have to say, did you guys adjust anything going into Game 3? Because I'll admit, Protoss rule on that Mephisto gave me terrors in Game 2, and when it came out again for Game 3, I was like, I don't know if they changed enough.
Yeah, we were playing a little, probably too aggressive into it in Game 2, so did the classic, we were winning the fight, so we just run face first into the enemy, and Mephisto's really solid if you're kind of just running at them. So we've tried to play a lot more patient. Hopefully it kind of showed in our gameplay of Game 3. Got us hooked a couple more times than maybe we otherwise would, but ultimately, good game plan.
And then,
Yeah, I felt like the Mephisto was unable to get the value that it generated in Game 2 just because we were playing a little bit better around it.
Yeah. Also, we wanted to take Stitches to counter the Mephisto. Damn them for stealing that from us.
Yeah, I mean, I was hovering it, and then they snapped it up, so I'm like, all right, well. I thought they already had a Joanna, but apparently I was going somewhere else.
All pinks.
and then last question I have for you. Why did you decide to name your team an emote?
Branding. No. It's a pretty funny emote.
They actually made the emote named after our team. We came up with it first.
Yeah, true story. No.
So those are the questions I had for you. Let me turn it over to you for any shout-outs you might want to give.
Guess just the classic shoutouts to Leo for setting everything up. He was a big factor in telling us when the NGS deadline was, so we could all sign up hours before it ended.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, we were like literally scrambling to get everything approved right before the.
And shout outs to our sub Moore, who was ready to play in case any of us fell on ill-fated scheduling. So it's always nice to have some insurance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I can definitely agree with that. Every single season, I get super, super stressed because we get very, very close to the deadline. And then we end up missing the deadline, and then we have board members on our team, so they're just like, I can just, schedule us on the back end, or rest of the back end. I'm like, stop doing that.
Privilege being admitted. No. No. I'm for it. It's good. Get everyone who wants to play to play.
I mean, I was like, we can't do that. It's a bad look. And they're like, we let literally every other team's register late as long as they tell us. Why should we be different?
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, you know what? I guess it's actually good that we did get it in on time, even if it was an hour before the
Impressive
deadline.
of us. Pretty impressive of us.
Well done. But with that said, I'll let you enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Thank you so much for the cast. It's always great to have these games streamed.
Oh, of course. I'm hitting it a little hard this week. I don't know if I'll do 4 games per week in the future, but I was glad to find this one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hope we could give everyone a show.
Oh, you definitely did. I very much enjoyed it. Hello, Jesse.
Oh, that's our healer.
Oh, I know.
All right.
But with that, we'll go ahead and raid over to Eternally Blue. Yeah, Eternally Blue is just starting. I was probably finishing up the first game of a different series, and more NGS action. Let's go.
Thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure.
See ya.
Bye. So, yep, we'll go see Eternally Blue. They are playing some game or another. Who are they casting? I know they're casting somebody. I'm really just feeling it looks like Underdue Management versus Magnitude Tsunami. So let's go say hi and watch more epic games because I enjoy that. All right, and a 1 and a 2 and a here we go.